Flosstube. Welcome back to my channel for Flosstube number 50. 50 has gone so fast, hasn't it really? Today is Sunday the 24th of January 2021 and I can't believe we're almost at the end of January already. It's crazy. The last week has been busy. Really busy. We've been up at like the crack of dawn, 6:45 every morning to make sure Ellie's awake and focused, fed, watered, ready for all her Teams meetings on Microsoft Teams. This was her first full week of Teams and she's done amazing. She received a certificate through the post yesterday from someone at the school saying the certificate was called Naming and Faming, I think, and it said that Ellie had done so well settling into her new tutor groups and her lessons and everything. She was well chuffed with that. We've spent every day her doing her work, and then if there's something she doesn't understand, I've been there stitching. So because I've been up at like 6:45 every morning, I've had all this extra time. And what do you do with extra time? Stitch. So I have plugged away on 7 of my cross stitches this week. And I've even surprised myself, to be honest. Ellie spent a lot of her free time this weekend catching up on maths. She has an app that they use called HAED Maths online, and it links to the school so the school can see what she's doing and how she's doing. So she spent pretty much all of today, apart from when she's been eating, on HAED Maths. So fair play to her. Occasionally you will hear her go, "I'm so proud of myself." And it's because she's got 100% on one of the little subheadings that she's been doing. So she says she's not very good at maths, but to be honest with you, she's taken like a duck to water with the HAED Maths online, and she's been catching up on Spanish as well. So I can't complain. And even Tyler's been getting on with his online Teams and stuff, and my kids have been awesome this past week. Today it is grey, but it's snowing. We do have quite the dusting of snow. It hasn't amounted to anything any other time it's snowed, but today it's really taken. Ellie and Riley went out this morning and made themselves a tiny igloo. Yeah. Apart from their work and me helping out with her maths and the Spanish and everything else, it's just been stitching. And extra time means a hell of a lot of extra stitching. So I will dive straight in with you and show you what I've been up to this past week. By the way, if you're a new subscriber, thank you so much. I hope you like what I share with you today and that you consider subscribing if you haven't already. If you like the video, please give it a thumbs up. I know most of you do, I think. I don't really check, but it helps me and I greatly appreciate it. So thank you very much. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. There's a lot to show you, so I will just dive straight in. I will try and remember what prompts I've used for which project. It might go a bit haywire because there's quite a few things I need to remember. It's all laid out in front of me, but it doesn't mean I'll get it correct. So I will just dive straight in and show you the first thing I'm going to show you. It's not necessarily the first thing I showed you. No. Rewind. It's not necessarily the first thing I worked on this week. They aren't in any kind of order. I'm just going to show you what I've worked on. So the first project I worked on this week. I do apologise, it is a little grey. I wonder if I just stick
this bit there.
I don't like it, but it'll work for now. Anyway, the first project I worked on this week. Sorry, I've run out of bobbins, so until I get some more. The problem is the ones I ordered the last time. You know the little cutout you have on them. It was too wide, so it wasn't actually holding the thread. It just fall out. So unless anyone can suggest a really good place to buy them from, I won't be buying any more because it's just a waste of money. Anyway, the first thing I'm going to show you is the Munsters piece from Tilton Crafts. This is a lovely piece for me to work on. It brings back so many memories, which is why I bought the project, the chart even. So, the Munsters. That covered a prompt in Enchanted Stitching this week. Stitch on a piece that is healing for you. It should have been 250 stitches. I did 288. Did I? No, I did 260. I take that back. This is stitched on 25 count even weave, 1/1 full cross. And what I actually got completed was all of this section here. I'm actually going to shut the blinds because everyone up there, if they step out on their balconies, they can see straight in, and I don't like the idea of that. So we'll shut that, so now they can't see. Anyway, so yeah, that covered that prompt because it's healing for me, because the Munsters was a thing in our household when I was younger that we'd all sit and watch, especially my mum, and it just brings back lovely memories. You know, and my mum's been gone nearly 20 years. It'll be 20 years this year. And I was only 23. So young, really, for her and for me. And it just brings back lovely memories. So it's nice. It's nice to remember sometimes. And that's, when I get it out, that's what I think of, is my mum. So that's one prompt and one project down. And I will see to these afterwards. I hate trying to see to them as I'm going. Let's work that one because that fits that prompt. I think it's this one. Yes. The second thing I'm going to show you is another Tilton Crafts chart, and it is the Avengers Endgame by Tilton Crafts. This is for Riley. Now, as always, I don't always say it, but I always do it. I leave links to all my projects in the description box below, except this one. And that is because I can no longer find this one on Tilton Crafts website. So every other project, if I have the link, is there. Avengers. This one fitted the prompt, stitch on a piece that has something sharp. I put it down and it's right by me and I forgot where I put it. And the something sharp applies to, where's it gone? She has a blade in her hand. So that's the way I tied that one in. And because I needed, this is a bookshelf challenge as well. Yes, this is for full coverage fanatics as well. The bookshelf challenge, and Riley's was covering Little Women, and I need 4,490 stitches. So in a morning when she's on Teams and I'm sat either helping her or near her in case she needs me, I plug away at the black on this. And so far this week, no, that's not the one. I wrote it down somewhere and I can't find it in front of my face. So far this month, because I've got all month to complete it, I've done 2,643, so I've still got a way to go. However, this week on its own, I've done 1,132 black. So it was, I think, up to here last time you saw it. So I just stuck in there and dived down, and there's still a thread attached. And then I think it was like there, I just dropped down and did those as well. It might have actually been a bit lower than that, I'm not sure. Hey ho, this is stitched on 18 count Ada, 2/1 full cross. And after I finished all the 310, all in here, I do believe is 939. So then I've got to start plugging away at that one instead. So I've still got a way to go to finish the monthly bookshelf challenge, but it will be done because it's back to Teams meetings for her tomorrow. So I'll be up at 6:45. So I will have a bit of time to focus on that one. I do that in the morning and then I pick a different project for the afternoon. So So that's that one. The third project, is that divided by 3? Yeah, she's still plugging away in her maths.
I'm just confused.
Okay, I'll help you in a minute. The next project I'm going to show you, and I have so many pieces of paper, you wouldn't believe it. There's that one. That's not what I'm after though. This one got so much work because of my free cross stitch challenge book on Facebook, challenge group on Facebook. I tell you what, my brain the last few days is just, I don't know, it's gone to mush. But you pick a different project. It's a bit like Jessie Marie's Whip Go board. You fill a project, but you don't call numbers. You fill them in when you've stitched a session. So I've only got one more to go. But yeah, I filled it out twice on here. I don't remember filling it out twice, but I'm glad I did, because this week on this one, Quick Stitch Pale Rose by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Jasmine Beckett Griffith, has got a heck of a lot of stitching done on it. It's stitched on 22 count Ada, and the last time you saw her, I didn't have any eyes on this one, so I have been plugging away again. Why do I always pick the ones that seem to have thousands of stitches in one colour? Anyway, I had the eye sockets in peach, so I managed to just drop in and do all the black, the 939, and a little bit of the green. You can just see a little bit of the green in her eyes, and I have gridded the whole thing so you can see how big it's going to be. So that got a lot of work this week. That got 1,756 stitches, but it's 2 over 1 10th stitch, so I'm only doing half the cross stitch, and you can sort of see that in her eyes. If I pull you up a bit closer, you can tell it's half cross stitch. You can sort of see through it, but if you halve that number anyway, that's 4 stitches then. So that's that one. That didn't fit any prompts. I haven't done any prompts with it anyway. So the next thing I have here is Felicia, and I have to pull her out one more time just to get a complete board. It's just that one left to do. And this is Felicia. It's a Heaven and Earth design again. Artwork by Hannah Disney. She's so bright and colourful. I love every time I get her out and work on her. She is on 25 count even weave. I'm pretty certain I can tell the difference now. No, I've got it the wrong way. Anyway, I had. So I have done 300 stitches on her, and it's this dark, where's it gone? It's this dark blue. Let the bag fall, let the bag fall. It's in her hair, but I don't think you can really tell because it looks quite dark, a bit like the black, so it's sort of, it outlines some of this blue. It looks a lot like the blacks, but anyway, it's all good. 300 stitches more on her, and I don't think she fitted a prompt either. No, I only got her out just because she was on the Whip Go for the free cross stitch challenge group. Let's just wedge that in there and then I'll put it down and I'll see to it all after. The next thing I worked on, this one, I don't think it was for, no, it was just on my Whip Go board for the free cross stitch challenge again. It's my Long Dog Samplers Pandemic. I've just been slowly plugging away. I'm over here, this section right here. I think when I finish the page, I think there's only one more page left to do, and that's the whole top row done then. This is worked on 22 count, 1 over 1 full cross, and there is a bit of back stitch. And this is it. No, I need to show you properly. So the last time you saw it, I was in these berries, so I finished the berries. I've done all of this triangle motif thing, and then I've dropped down, done this, and I've actually started to carry on working this down. This has had 785 stitches this week, and it's looking amazing. That's another one that I really enjoy working on when I get it out. Sorry, I just lost my needle and I don't want to do that. So that's that one. The last one I worked on is this one, my Once Upon a Fairy Tale by Heaven and Earth Designs, artwork by Amy Stewart. You've seen this loads of times. And this is, let me just tighten that to make sure it doesn't slip. This is where I am. Hold on. This had 842 stitches this week. So I have carried on, sorry, it's kind of weird looking at it, but I've carried on there's so many greens and darks in this bit, it's unreal. So I've carried on the greens over here and up and over the tent, and then I've started this, I can see through it. I've started this like pinky orangey colour in the tent. And this is the one I'm working on for 21,000 stitches in 2021 for Full Coverage Fanatics. I broke it down at one point. Where's my little piece of paper? Yeah, I worked it out on a monthly thing, Once Upon a Fairy Tale. For me to complete the 21,000 stitches in 2021, I'd need to do 1,750 a month. I've already more than completed January's. I think I've got over 2,000. I don't remember where I wrote that down, but hey-oh. I do. 2,509 I've done, so I am well ahead and well in line to finish that challenge for the year. I think that's all of them. The only thing I haven't done this week is work on Kelly's, which is what I am working on right now. I have done a tiny little bit of just this black section here this morning, and I'm going to carry that on today because that covers 2 prompts. And those 2 prompts are stitch on a piece that has some sort of secret within the design. I could not think of anything. It was like it was too hard, so I opted for penalty stitches, which will be 375. And the last prompt, stitch on a piece that has rope. I don't have one, so again I opted for penalty stitches, so the 750 stitches I need to get done on that, which I will complete by the end of today, not a problem. Yeah, and that's for because that's the second thing I am doing. This is a yearly challenge for Full Coverage Fanatics, Stitch Around Iceland. And if I complete that, I complete that because there's enough stitches in here to complete that. And I broke that one down as well into a weekly. I need 1,435 stitches a week on that to complete it and complete this by the December 31st this year. So I'm going to crack on with that this afternoon. I don't think, no, I've missed one. I knew I had. It brings me on to my last project that I worked on this week, but also my haul, because my fabric came in. My second lot of fabric. The first lot of fabric came in and it had a fault in the weave. No, not that one. Where's my little thing? It had a fault in the weave and there was no way I could stitch it. I checked it and it would fall within my pattern. There was 2 rows of squares and they were kind of really thick and merged. There was no hole in the middle to divide the 2 lots. I couldn't have worked over it. There would have been no chance. It would have stuck out. So I had to message her back. It's a lady on Facebook and she has been amazing. I sent it back to her the same day. She sent me out a new piece the next day, because she had to unroll the whole thing and there was faults throughout most of it. She managed to pull me a piece off and posted it the next day, dinner time, and I got it the following morning. So this lady right here, her name's Zoe. I can't remember her last name now. Anyway, she's on Facebook. Zoe's Gifts and Crafts on Facebook. She was actually like £10 cheaper than I could have bought it online for the fabric. I'll leave all her info in the description box And I will obviously, as always, leave all my links to the projects in the description box, apart from Riley's, because I can't find it anymore. I don't seem to find it on Tilton Crafts' website anymore. Anyway, this is the fabric, and I know I said I would never use a pre-gridded Easy Guide fabric again, but this is it. But it's pink. It's quite light. I had thought about washing it out, but I changed my mind because I was just too excited and I wanted to get on and stitch. So these are actually 20 by 20 grids. They're not 10 by 10s. So that made gridding it a little bit easier for me. So by the time, because I've not serged the edges, but I've zigzag stitched all the edges twice. By the time I'd done that and then gridded out where we each needed to start, because me and Ellie are working on this together. It was a suggestion by one of my subscribers because Ellie's kind of wavered on her stitching a little bit. She said suggest that and perhaps that'll help her stitch more. So that's what I did. I asked Ellie and she grinned. So by early evening, I think we got it ready to go. So we didn't manage to get many stitches into it. So this is my corner. I'm working top left corner. She's working from the top right, and we're going to work across and meet in the middle. So this is the green border. Did I even show you the picture? No, I don't think I did. It's this one that I got off, I think it's Zana's cross stitch or Zana's cross stitch on Etsy. It's the World of Disney 4, and it's amazing, and it's going to be as big as my Once Upon a Fairy Tale piece. I think it's actually pretty much the same size, so it's going to take a while. So that was my little start. I did 288 stitches. And then Ellie on the other half, she actually cut me a bit of extra fabric as well, just in case. Bless her, she was so lovely about it. It was not her fault, it's DMC's, because it's DMC fabric apparently. That's Ellie's start. She did 39 stitches. But we need to find a better way of working on it together, because it was a nightmare trying to work on that the other night. She was in her seat frame that you put under your leg, and it's got the hoop attached. So she was at one end of the settee with that end of the fabric attached to her hoop. I sat the other end of the settee, and I had mine in a little Q-snap. I think it's an 8x8. But we had to roll up all the fabric from the bottom, so it wasn't all draping on our arms, and we had to keep, you know, nightmare. But I need to find a better way of doing it. So I think I have actually found something. I know it's part of an Albany frame, but it is just like, you know, when you buy the seat frames that comes with the, where's the top? The stick attached to here, and you slot that into the seat part. You can actually buy that part as like it's more of a grip than a hoop attached. You can put your hoop or whatever into it. So I figured if I buy two and buy a really big Q-snap, she could have her frame on the one end, I could have my frame on the other, and they'd each be holding, they'd each be holding an end of the Q-snap, and it might be a little bit easier for us to work on. Watch this space. I am determined to make it easier because it has been awkward. Anyway, that one wouldn't fit in one of my project bags because the fabric is way too big. And although I've got my Once Upon a Fairy Tale, it fits in the case. So that's okay. Put them on the settee. I pinched my loom knitting looms, whatever you want to call them. They came in this. So I've pinched this because it holds everything. Because that is like one heck of a wad of fabric. Oh, hold on. But it holds it perfectly in here. It just about fits, look. So I've nicked my loom. My looms no longer have a place. So it's all in there. It's just huge. So yeah. Mom. Wait a minute, Riley. I'm nearly done. I've just got to finish this. I think that's it for me this week now. I'm done. I've showed you all my stitching. I still haven't had chance to get out my blanket because I've just been going crazy on the stitching. So I've just got to pull Kelly's out and finish them 2 prompts. 700 stitches. I think I've done 100 plus already. there you go. I've already done 222 because I've got it all set up on the table because Ellie wanted me to sit with her while she did her maths. Anyway, something I should have said at the beginning. I don't think I did. I can't remember because this is take 2. My first one, I don't know what happened to it. When I came to go into it on my phone, it had completely messed up. So this is take 2. So if I'm saying it again, and I've already said it, I apologise. But any new subscribers, thank you so much. If you're new to my channel, I hope you've enjoyed what you've seen today and that you'll think about subscribing and coming back and checking in on me every week, finding out what me and Ellie have been up to, stitching wise. Thank you for all your likes and your comments. They are so greatly appreciated. I know I say that, but I don't think it comes across that way, but they are really appreciated. So thank you very much to you guys. Without you, I wouldn't be here where I am now, so it's very greatly appreciated. So that's it from me. That's it from us. Take care, stay safe. I will see you Wednesday for the whip and chat, and if not Wednesday, I will see you next Sunday for next Sunday's Flosstube. So take care, stay safe, and I'll see you then. Bye guys.